Every successful leader has a few mantras for success. One of them is to have a large, inspired, and clearly defined goal. Let's now look at what are the success mantras for the officers whom we are looking at.
The biggest success mantra is pursue excellence. A life has infinite amount of energy within you, and you have to make use of it through continuous improvement, trying to attain excellence.
A success mantra for me is commitment to whatever task that gets assigned to you and trying to find ways and means to achieve the objectives of whatever you are looking at.
Yeah, I think the issue is you got to see your goals very clearly. What do you want to do? And you got to feel passionately about those goals. And then once you see your goals clearly, you got to know the best way of achieving those goals, or what is the evidence on achieving those goals. And then work hard and on the strategy which you have outlined on the basis of the best evidence available to us.
My success mantra, apart from hard work, which is the basic requirement for anybody to succeed in their area of work, I work very closely with my entire team, and the best thing I have got out of them is by having very open discussions with all our people. I do believe that the people who are in the department have been there for a long time and they have a lot of experience. So we must cash in on that experience.
I feel that one makes a choice that you have decided to be committed and work for the good of the people and follow some ethical road, then it is better that you stick to it from the beginning. From the beginning you're very clear that this officer only does things which are as per the law. She may be very helpful, but then it has to fit into some kind of legal solution only. No illegal solutions, no matter what kind of pressure you put on her, she's not going to yield.
Earl Warren has said, in civilized society, law floats in a sea of ethics. Let's see what some of our civil servants in India have to say about ethics.
If you are doing a thing ethically, the chances of success are most. You don't have to worry about anybody because you have nothing to hide. Your actions are transparent. They are like an open book. And I have found that people who have been working ethically may not have sometimes had some of the cushy postings, the so-called cushy postings, but I think they have made more difference. They have, at the end of the day, slept peacefully, and they've earned more respect and gratitude of the people.
You cannot compromise for things which you consider wrong. And there are quite a few wrong things which are there in society. Again, it depends on the value judgment. What I consider wrong, somebody else may consider right, but you may have to have your own value system intact and never compromise with something which your inner self rejects and considers inappropriate.
We should be very careful that this premier service of the country that is responsible for not only good governance but also for ensuring that the poorest of the poor are served without their having to pay a penny, that this service retains its integrity and retains its ethical status. So it is one of the basic foundation stones of the service.
It's a personal choice that everyone has to make. The choice is either they follow a particular path which leads to the benefit of a large number of people. The other is to your own benefit. But in the recent past, there has been clear evidence that people who made the right choices for the right task and right objectives have benefited, and recognition does come their way. Though as I said earlier, it will have to be a personal choice of each IAS officer. He has to decide which path he has to take. But to my mind, honesty does take.
The highest reward that a person can get for their toil is not what they get for it, but what they become by it. This is what John Ruskin has said. Men and women of excellence experience a tremendous joy in giving and achieving whatever they do. This is the highest reward. Let's hear what our friends have to say about rewards and recognition.
When you work and you deliver results, it does get recognition also. Although recognition is not the motivating factor for indulging in action. The program of communitization has won me the coveted Prime Minister's Award for Excellence in Public Administration in 2007. The program also got UN Public Service Award in 2008.
To my mind, I think the actual reward is the work itself. The kick that you get out of benefiting people around you, you don't have to look for financial reward or any recognition otherwise. I'm quite sure that the recognition otherwise will also come around. But I think the best reward comes to you when you see a smile on the face of the person you're trying to help. And this is possibly one of the very few services in the world where at government cost, you can do a lot of good to a lot of people.
Joining this service itself was a big reward. It was a huge competition. You do things for the people and see the smile on the face of the person. If you can contribute in some way in saving the lives of a woman by providing safe delivery services, that itself is a big reward.
In the journey of life, it's not what happens to people. It's really about what people do with what happens to them. Circumstances are not shaped by situations, but by the choices we make. Let's see how the journey has been so far for our friends in the civil service.
Every day has been a reward. I have not regretted one bit of it. And I look forward to the remaining years to work with the same zeal and zest and being able to do something. Currently I'm working on a very important project. I'm the Executive Director of the Population Stabilization Fund, which is charged with the responsibility of stabilizing the population. That's a great project. We've been working with the Chief Health Ministers and the health officials of the 5 or 6 major states like UP, Bihar, Madhya Pradesh, Rajasthan, Odisha and Jharkhand, which contribute a large share of the population. So that's a big challenge which currently I'm working on. And every bit of it has been very, very enjoyable. In the process, one has met some wonderful people, made some wonderful friends, and learned so much. I have enjoyed every bit of it.
In Japanese, they have a word called kaizen. Improve always. Although slowly, you have to improve. And for that, there are several self-improvement techniques which you have always to be conscious about. And that is how you perform the journey of your life step by step.
When you do a lot of good to a lot of people, you see the smiles on their faces. And I think that's a huge reward. Not many people can aspire for such rewards, which the service can provide the potential for. I would believe that this is sufficient enough a reward for an IAS officer to feel motivated to keep working. But I can say for sure that other rewards will be certainly on the anvil and they will come your way. But that should not, probably to my mind, be the motivation for your working. The working in the IAS officer has to be the task itself, the journey itself. The moment you start enjoying this journey, you will love it. You will love it, and then you will continue to enjoy a journey. Destinations will come, they will arrive and go. But the journey is the thing that one has to enjoy.